This is Budgets with Grace, where I give you a glimpse of my life using the lens of my budget. My name's Grace, and I will be showing you around my joint budget as well as my personal budget, which I like to call Strange Magic. If you don't recognize the software you're seeing right now, it's called YNAB, or You Need a Budget. It's some of the best budgeting software out there. If you want to try it, there's a link in my description below that's going to give you an extra 30 days free after you sign up. Definitely check it out. So first we're looking at my joint budget. I share this with my fiance, and I have income from my paycheck to budget, which is really good because we are not a month ahead and there's some stuff going on in here. Basically, I had a really hard week at work, and I basically emotionally shopped my way out of it. So we're going to look at our joint checking, or rather, let's look at our chase really quick. So you can see I have a Holo Taco, which is nail polish, and I also have Madewell, which is jeans, and that alone was $303.02. We also have a gift that we bought for a wedding, and that brings it up to $351.93. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I need to find $352 in my personal budget to transfer over to my joint to cover this spending. And here we go. I've already started to do this a little bit. So under immediate obligations, we can see the activity here. So I'll click on this little history icon, and you can see, first of all, we talked about this last week. My phone service went over, my car insurance went over. Ooh, I think there was a sale going on for me undies, so I bought some new sweatpants. And then I did all that spending. So I think this says ready to assign, but I know I released it from I have 4 different categories for clothing. So I released all of it. Got as much as I could up to that amount. I also took a couple dollars out of my weed because I had a couple dollars left in there, and I also got from gifts. So with all of that together, I have $219. And I think I said, $352? Yes. So now, interesting. I should definitely have my paycheck in my personal as well. These definitely need to be matched. And I'll click on this icon to approve and clear the search and back to the budget. There we go. I'm gonna do some math in this box, and I know I want $352 total, and I know I have in there right now $219.31. So when I hit tab, I should have a even amount, and it worked. Perfect. So I'll make this transfer in a minute, but I want to go back to joint and do it this way. So I'm going to clear this search, add a transaction from Grace's checking. Let's call it impulse spending. I don't know how to take out that emoji keyboard, honestly, even though I'm on a Mac. So I just don't. I would do a grimacing face here if I cared enough. Now we'll have even more. So I'm going to cover that overspending right now. So it will be, I didn't even enter the transactions. So I just have to click on all these and click on enter now. This is going to go under beauty. So here's the wedding gift. And the jeans and the nail polish. And Coolio, that did not eat into any of my paycheck. I have about $5 left, and I really need it in food spending because we've been eating out a ton. So let's see. I think I'm just gonna add $10 in here to be safe. We're going out tonight. And now we are definitely gonna need, let's do 200 in groceries. No meal kits because I'm sick of it. Breakfast and brunch, we have not even done any this month. Pretty early in the month, so it's not that surprising. Work lunch, let's do another 50. Definitely want to get stuff with our friend Chris, and we will inevitably get convenience. This looks really different from last time. I just move money around all the time in these categories, so it's pretty much never gonna look the same as when I share it in my budgets with me, like week to week. If anything, it's gonna be moved around to cover their spending because we are not a month ahead, and it is frustrating. I also, like, speaking of being a month ahead, I want to try my damnedest to become a month ahead. So I'm going to set aside another little piece for the mortgage and another piece for the HOA fee. And I think this is actually enough for now. Yes. Well, actually, no. If I have 14, 24, and I divide that by 4. Okay, yeah, that should be fine for now. So that's going to help me get a month ahead eventually, like tucking money away into the future. But for now, I bet we're going to spend like at least $17 on concessions at the movies. So I'll add that in there. Oh, this transaction went in here automatically. I think I'm actually going to move this into clothing and go back to the budget here. So I can cover this with the MeUndies. And then this has an upcoming transaction, so I'll go ahead and fund that. See, I could put a little bit into true expenses. Need bills. The phone is already done. Prime's already done for the year. Auto insurance is done. Looks like I just ended up funding homeowners insurance fully in the next month. I might just take that out of there and put it here. Oops. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. So now it has a check mark here. Ooh, I almost have the exact amount to fund this, so I might just go ahead and do that because I know Forrest is looking forward to that being funded. And then I have 110. I like to have this donation with purchase so I can always round up the change at the register if I get the opportunity. So I'm going to add more in there because I got to donate at Hagen, which is the grocery store. Don't worry about it. All right, that's the joint budget, and now I can hop back into Strange Magic. July, there is now underfunded here, so I better see what is happening with that. I'm just going to scroll through quickly and look at this yellow stuff. So this is technically $2 underfunded, but I don't care. So I have even 100. That should be plenty. Gifts also underfunded, but I already spent it through the joint and I just moved the money out of that category. I'm going to change this goal to savings balance and click save, and then I'm going to edit it and click needed for spending, and I'll do the same for weed. And this is like a classic YNAB hack. So it basically takes the goal off of the month for July and applies it in August. So now if I deselect this, you can see my underfunded amount is going down. Yep, this is all the money I took out for my clothes. I can do the same trick with those. I'll just see if there's anything else in here. Let's see if doing that solves the problem. Oh, and I bet there's also clothes in this other category. Oh, this one, it looks like maybe I already did that trick. Okay. And now in July it says underfunded 0. I am going to move on to August. Start on down the line. So we have bridge investments. I'm already halfway funded and I still have 3 more paychecks after this, so I'm going to skip that one. But for this one, I'm only 25% funded. You can see in the sidebar. So I'm going to do ×2 for both of these wealth building items. And Prius payment, we are almost to the 11th, so I'm going to click on underfunded and finish that out. And now I'm going to put a little bit into these expenses. Let's do that amount, that should be fine. Event funds. Is this fully funded? Signed last month. I think I did because I spent out of it last month. So I probably just moved the money around to assign it all in July so I would have it to spend. So that one's fine. I could even move this down here. And we'll do some for the YNAB, swag sale, Halloween. I'm getting quite the little fund here for Halloween. I have kind of been considering if I want to spend this on the holiday or save it and spend it somehow else. We'll see. Giving, I actually have dates on these. So what day does this come out? On the 22nd? And then the Humane Society, I think, is on the 1st. Or the 5th. So I'm going to reorder these. I used to have them, I think, in order of like expense, but now I'm doing it by date. So that will be helpful. I don't want to fund the food bank because that's like $100, but I will go ahead and fund a few of these other ones. Now that's like 60 instead of a full 100. And go ahead and do half of the weed that I need. And August. I feel like we have big things coming in August. I know I have a best friend who should get something. I'll go ahead and fund it fully. Definitely need to build back up all of my clothing categories. Still have 60, so I'll go back into true expenses. And now I'm going to select multiple things and look in the sidebar. So I'll go ahead and fund those because those are coming up next. Event funds. Gonna go back to August. Just as I predicted not that long ago, stealing from Found It to fund ahead is not working. I just spend anyway, and so I need to honor this. All right, and that is all the money I have to assign, and I have a transfer to make. So I'm gonna go take care of that. Thank you so much for watching. If you feel like you want to support me, there's a link in my description below to try out YNAB. It gives you 30 days. It gives me 30 days. It's a win-win. You do have to sign up and pay for it, but that's after your 34-day free trial, and you're going to love it. Just trust me. You can also follow me on Instagram, buy me a coffee, and of course, like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!